First look at Inhumans, Game of Thrones spin-off, and a Gears of War movie. That plus a lot more on today's Rundown News. How's it going, guys? Welcome to the mic, and this is the Rundown News, where we're going to run down this week's top news in pop culture. My name is Mike.
My name is Giselle.
My name is Bernie.
I was going to say in pop culture today. When we run down the news in pop culture today. I know I was going to say pop culture twice. Anyways, all right, let's start off with our topic number one. So Entertainment Weekly has released a first look at Inhumans. A 30-second teaser for the Inhumans was also released last week. And the first 2 episodes of the Inhumans will be released in IMAX theaters this fall, with the remainder of the episodes to be on ABC. So thoughts on the first look and teaser for the Inhumans. Bernie, what'd you think?
I liked the teaser. I felt like it was a little less than a teaser, just a tease, I guess, without the R.
No ER,
no R,
or no
army.
Sneak peek.
Yeah, it was like a sneak peek of a sneak peek, because all you heard was kind of just talking and then just the Inhumans logo, which is it's cool. It's cool. I mean, it kind of like reminded me that Inhumans was gonna come out, because I kind of forgot.
I did for you a little bit.
I also saw the first look, the pictures.
Yeah,
I saw a picture. I was, to be so real, I was really disappointed. Not really disappointed, just kind of disappointed. I saw the costumes and they looked like they went to the party store before they went to go take that picture, because I was like, well, what? It's Halloween already? I was like,
Party City?
Party City? I was like, oh, whatever. I was like, they looked a little weird, but I mean, since they're going to release it in IMAX, I'm still a little bit hyped for it.
Yeah.
I'm still, kind of expecting to see what they're going to do with, the Party City costume. So, I don't know. I'm still going to be there on September 1st to go watch it.
I feel like out of Marvel's upcoming television shows, I guess you could say, I think this one has the most potential. But I was underwhelmed with the look of the characters. I really was. I don't know if Chriselle will agree with me on this one, but at least during the 30-second teaser, I got a very Game of Thrones feel.
Yes.
Did you? Is that what you were gonna go with? Did I just steal your thing?
Yes.
I did. Well, you want to add some more stuff, Chriselle?
Well, it's just like the only thing that I don't get them is like they're gonna start with IMAX. They're like theaters, really really high expectations, and they're going to ABC.
Yeah,
and I'm like,
actually, when I first heard about it, that was a little weird.
Why?
I dig it. I dig the idea. I just thought it was a little weird.
Yeah, I was like,
my TV's a 50. No. It's like a 50-55 inch.
Yeah,
I'm gonna be disappointed watching it.
That's what it just completely threw me off when they said that. I was like, no. Don't.
Well, we got till summer. Well, we got till fall, so you can buy me a 65-inch TV or something.
There you go.
So, yeah, no, I mean, I'm with you. I'm with you guys. I was underwhelmed with the way they looked. The teaser was I didn't expect anything more. It's a teaser. But
still on the idea for Game of Thrones, but yeah, it's a teaser.
I wouldn't say stealing. I wouldn't say stealing, but I got a very very Game of Thrones vibe out of that teaser.
The talking montage and just kind of
not just that, but I just felt like the there was a lot of, it sounded like there was a lot of backstabbing.
Yeah,
and there was
betrayal,
a lot of betrayal and stuff like that. So I felt like it was very Game of Thronesy to do that. But again, I mean, I don't know. I mean, this could be different, but I do think this has potential. I really do. The Inhumans are Marvel's answer to Fox's X-Men. So it does have potential. But I'm still a little disappointed that they're not doing the theatrical. They're not doing an actual movie. They're just gonna do a TV show.
Yeah.
I know Vin Diesel was interested in Black Bolt. So I am still disappointed in that, but we do get to see 2 episodes in IMAX, and I guess the rest on ABC. So it's got potential, but I was underwhelmed. So you guys have anything else to add? No? All right. Let's move on to topic number 2. So Variety is reporting that HBO has hired a group of writers to develop potential Game of Thrones spin-offs. So there is also the possibility of a Game of Thrones prequel. The writers are working close with Game of Thrones author and creator George R.R. Martin. So thoughts on potential Game of Thrones spin-offs. Chriselle, what do you think about this?
What do you guys think about it?
No, you're going to
No.
You're the Game of Thrones.
What do
person.
you think about it?
You
Take us away.
We'll see you guys later.
No, I really love the idea. I really love the idea of this spin-off, and also if they going for the beginning of Game of Thrones,
Yeah, the
I
prequel?
think they have like a lot story to tell in there, so it will be super cool. And I love the idea they're working with George Martin right now, so this is just like I have no worries for it, and it's just like to me it's gonna be super interesting how to like they're gonna do this. This is like amazing. To me it's an amazing idea how we to see like how the White Walkers come on to be White Walkers. The story behind the Lannisters and the Targaryens are super interesting. Like this the everything is just like, okay, I'm down to see that. And if they want to create more spin-off, I'm just like, I'm gonna watch them. I love the idea.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I would prefer a prequel. I think there's more stories to tell in a prequel.
Yes.
A spin-off, I don't know if I will. Well, obviously I'll watch it, but
would
Game of
divert.
Thrones. Game of Thrones loves to kill some of the most popular characters.
Well, that's a spin-off for me. Like you don't know what is gonna happen.
Yes, but now who is going to be interesting enough to hold down ratings for HBO? I mean, Daenerys
understandable.
is gonna, what's her name? Emilia Clarke. She's
Yeah.
moving into movies. I think once this is done, I don't think you're gonna see her in a television show unless HBO can pony up a lot of money and give her own spin-off. Who else? Jon Snow. Him getting his own spin-off. I can see that, but again, I think he's gonna be another guy that's gonna want to get away from TV and try to jump into the movies. So I think where they will maybe have the most success, because they won't have to rely on characters they have right now, is gonna be a prequel. But they can start all over.
They have one that a lot of people don't see it but we have seen her since the beginning, and Arya Stark she's developing this
Arya,
character.
I forgot about Arya.
And oh my god, like you are afraid of that little girl. You see it in the street and she's so cute.
But again, I'm gonna go with Arya. I forgot about her. She's a very interesting character. She's probably one of my favorites.
Oh yeah.
But again, what's her name? What's her real name? Macy or
yeah,
something like that, right? She's gonna go into movies, dude. These
I
people
know
are done with it. They've been doing it for 8 years.
She has done some movies before.
Yeah. I think she's also gonna be in that group with with Emilia Clarke and Kit and stuff like that. They're gonna try their role in movies in there. I think they're done, and I think the best thing that HBO can do is maybe give us a prequel, because then you could start all over.
Yeah.
And build a new cast that we get to fall in love with again and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's something that some people we talking. I have some read some people talk about it. It's like they're very very interested in prequels, especially with the casting. I heard some names throwing up out there. I can remember single one of them, but yeah, it's something that a lot of Game of Thrones fans like me want to see is prequels, like what had happened before.
Yeah. All right, Bern, you have anything to add? I know you don't watch Game of Thrones, but do you have anything to add?
As of right now, actually, I'm not too into the Game of Thrones aspect, but kind of like in just the aspect of a successful show in general.
Sure.
I've everywhere you go, you see Game of Thrones. Everyone talks about it, and I've heard of these characters. I've heard of Jon Snow. I've heard about all these extra characters that are there and that are being killed off as well. Yeah. And I agree with Mike. I think it's great to build up a great cast, and I think it's good to have a prequel. Now, a prequel can also be considered a spin-off in kind of like a way, and I think that would be a great combination to kind of build up a new cast, because a lot of these characters, like I said, I hear of Game of Thrones all the time. I hear of Emilia Clarke. I hear of all these characters playing these.
She's gonna be in the Han Solo movie.
Yeah.
Oh, I did hear about that. So these characters are moving up into higher phases into their
career.
Yeah, exactly.
They want to,
and it's about time to introduce new people into a very successful show that are also going to gain reputation, are also going to gain reputation and eventually move on with their careers while building more success for the show. So I completely agree with Mike in this one.
Yeah. All right, let's move on. So in an interview with USA Today, director James Gunn revealed that he has begun writing Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. Apparently, Chris Pratt is also involved in the writing. To what extent, it's not known. Oh, excuse me. Since we know that Guardians Volume 3 will take place after Avengers 4, it's hard to speculate. But thoughts on Gunn and Pratt coming together for Guardians 3? Bernie, what do you think?
I'm kind of excited for that. Hearing that the main character, someone that we've been recently talking about a lot, is Chris Pratt. His portrayal of Peter Quill. I think it's really smart to actually have him involved in the script writing, because we know that he is already a talented actor, and maybe possibly this could be his introduction in kind of like a writing role. I think it'd be great if he was actually working on his own part, because as of right now, we don't know what the extent is yet.
Yeah, we don't. It could just be that he's just maybe just giving some suggestions, but yeah, we don't know.
And I think it's great because he's not only involved in the acting, but he's also involved in the process of producing, developing exactly the movie. And I don't know, I'm all for it, and I think there should not be any consequences from that at all.
Chriselle?
I think it's a good idea. I think it's a good idea that he gets involved in the writing, because I think once you are, I think it's a different aspect for being cast to being director. Probably some things that the director can be missing, someone in the cast can see and make sense for them, So probably little things that we cannot make it a big deal,
especially when an actor does his research.
Yeah,
they
especially
probably find things
when
that maybe
because
a writer won't find.
Yeah, I think Chris Pratt is one on one of those characters doing a Peter Quill like that he's kind of his own. You could believe that this guy is like that. So I think it's easier for him to say oh, I don't think this character will do that, or I think this character would do this. So I think it's a great idea because it changed a little bit the perspective that we can get. So I'm really good with it.
Going with your thing, I didn't add it on this, but apparently Zoe Saldana is also helping, but only the Gamora parts. That's from what I read.
Yeah, it will be cool.
She's not with the Chris Pratt. We don't know the extent of how much she's helping developing the Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. But I did read that with Zoe Saldana, she is giving her input on Gamora only.
Yeah, I think it's a great idea too. Every single character should do that, get more into their own character and say I think it will be a good idea for this to say this instead of that, So I think they should do that for every single character if they want to.
Yeah, I am with you guys. I think it's a good idea. I'm looking, like I said, we can't. That's what I added. We can't speculate on what volumes of the Galaxy, volume of the Galaxy. Did I say that? Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3.
Volume of the Galaxy.
Because we haven't watched Avengers 3 nor 4. And it's still a long way. And since it's going to take place after that, we literally have absolutely no clue what it's going to be. Only James Gunn and the people who have read the script for Avengers 3 and 4. So the fact that Gunn and Pratt are going to come together and try to develop, I think it's a good idea, seeing as Peter Quill is the main focal point of the Guardians of the Galaxy. Chris Pratt, like you said, in his individual research, when he was researching just Peter Quill, Star-Lord, he probably found some things that maybe the writer, James Gunn wouldn't have seen when he did his own research, because he's researching all characters.
Exactly.
But when you're an actor, you're only researching your part.
Your only focus is
your part. So I think it's a good idea, and I'm looking forward to it. And all right, let's move on to topic number 4. Let me get some water because this is gonna be a long one. In an interview with Complex, Dave Bautista revealed that he would like a standalone Drax movie. So when asked about a solo movie, here's what Bautista said. "Oh yeah, you know why? Really? I really just love to explore his past more. Even if we don't do a Drax film, I hope they do it more in Guardians Volume 3, like into his past. I love to see other people from Drax's race. Not only that, but I would love for the fans to be able to put a vision, a name with a face. I love for them to see his wife, his daughter, and actually see and have reference for them. Drax has talked about it a little bit here and there, but you're never really see him interact with his family, and you never see how much he loved and cared for them. And you don't really know the depth of how heartbroken he is. So I think it would really be an interesting emotional note if we added that into the film, or God willing, just do a whole Drax film. That would not only give me the opportunity to tell more of his backstory, but that would also leave time to be more of the Destroyer, because I would love to see some of that too. So thoughts on the solo Drax movie. Chriselle, what do you think?
In this one, I don't think they're gonna do it.
Okay, not if you think if they're gonna do it, but
on the Guardians Volume 3.
Oh, okay.
I think they have a lot of things going on right now to think about the putting
especially coming after Avengers 4.
Yeah, after Avengers 4. So I would like to see a Drax movie, but I don't think they have plans for it right now. I think they have their hands full. And it's true, we haven't seen how heartbroken he is, and it will be a good idea if we see like this, his wife, his daughter, and everything. But I don't think they have plans for this movie. It's just like, to me, it's one of my favorites, Drax, and he is. I can see him like have the potential to carry the movie, but I don't see that they have plans for it.
Bernie?
I'm gonna have to partially disagree with this. Okay, I don't think they should have a Drax movie, a standalone film, because I think it's kind of just like, it's just a story to tell. It's not like, oh my God, we need to make, a big old movie about this. No. I think it's something that can be included in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. Now, I do understand the perspective that, okay, Avengers 3 and 4, the Avengers are just coming back from that. They have their hands full. The Guardians are, they have, they're really like shaking up about everything that's happened. And we don't know, of course, we don't even know yet if all of them make it.
Right.
Which is something that's a factor to be implied. But let's say hypothetically Drax does make it. I think it would be good to produce and make a movie like, which is already being made, which is Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. And I think it would be great to produce a movie that's kind of just like, okay, we're calming down from things. Everything's calming down. Let's just focus on certain characters. We already got teased. I don't think this is a spoiler, but we kind of got a little tease for who's the next villain in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. And it wouldn't be a bad idea to include, a little bit of a backstory for Drax, because like I said, it doesn't have to be a big deal. We know what happened to his family. We know who did it. And I think that can even be, included in Avengers 3 and 4, which I don't think it would be such, a big deal about it, But yeah, I think that it would be great just to focus it on as a backstory, not something major.
Now, I do agree with the fact that this does sound like it can easily be fit into a backstory. I think it does. I just don't think that they will have time, I guess you can say, to do it. I don't think Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 was going to focus on anybody's story. I think it's going to focus more on the aftermath that was Avengers 3 and 4. I also don't think they're gonna put that in Avengers 3 and 4. Seeing how Drax and Thanos do have a history, I don't think they're gonna add that in there. But I think it might just be implied in Avengers 3 and 4. I just don't think they're going to show any of that stuff. But I don't know, because or else Dave Bautista wouldn't even been saying this, to be honest with you. Yeah. But a solo movie, I don't know if he can carry his own movie, but I do think that the story is there.
But why not? Why you don't think he can carry his own movie? Because I can totally see him. He's funny. Is one of the characters that make us laugh a lot, and it has like a big story with Thanos. And I would love to see why Thanos killed his wife.
If Thanos is included in this story,
then yes.
Yeah.
Then yes.
That's what I would like to see. Like, if Thanos is included, and why he killed the wife and why he killed the daughter.
Okay. Yeah. But I kind of have an input on this. So I agree that I don't think he can carry his own movie. We seen him share the screen with the likes of characters like Groot and Rocket, Peter Quill. Of course, Peter Quill, we know, this is not a spoiler. In Guardians of the Galaxy Vol. 2, we know that there's some hint at his father and there's a little storyline going on there. And we know that he's not even carrying his own movie and he's the main character. We have the whole Guardians with him. Of course, we all know that in a fight, physically, maybe in the comics, I'm not too sure, okay? But in the live action movies, we've seen that Drax is physically incompetent compared to Thanos. We know I just seen Thanos for like 30 seconds full screen time in the whole movie and all the cinematic universe, maybe a minute, 2 minutes, and that guy is big and he looks really strong. I mean, if he could take on, from we're speculating 60 something Avengers, I think he can take on Drax with the finger. I don't know. But like I said, I don't think he'd be able to carry his own movie, because if it ultimately leads between a fight between Drax and Thanos, I think it's gonna be
easy.
Yeah,
I just think the emotional connection, but I also I also don't think that's gonna be enough. So I see the people wanting a Drax movie, but I don't think that's gonna be enough. I don't think this is going to happen. I think the possibility of the Groot and the Rocket spinoff is very, very high.
Oh yeah,
I think that one can and probably will happen. Just a Drax one, I can't see it happening. All right. So let's move on to our last topic of the day. So Deadline is reporting that Universal will be developing a Gears of War movie. Universal hired Avatar sequels writer Shane Salerno to pen the script. The new film will not be based on any story in the Gears of War video game, but will be an original story set inside that universe. No word on the release date as of yet. Thoughts on Universal's Gears of War movie? Bernie, what did you think about this?
It sounds really similar to some news that we received actually like a month or maybe a month and a half ago of the Call of Duty series also deciding to get their own movie and not being based on actual or events that have already happened in the video games. Now, they're bringing in a writer, which when I first read that it was Avatar. Hold on, what was it?
He wrote the sequels.
Oh, he wrote the sequels. See, we don't even. I
feel like we
haven't even seen the sequels, so I don't know the credibility of this guy. I don't know.
I think he helped James Cameron write the sequels, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I feel like I don't know. We haven't seen the sequels, so I don't know. We don't know yet what he's capable of, what writing and what kind of plot we're gonna get from these movies. So, for them to bring in a Gears of War movie with a plot that we don't even know or a story we haven't seen, not even an adaptation of something we've already seen, it seems like we're just getting another post-apocalyptic war movie or just another video game movie, and I feel like it's not necessary, to be honest. Like you had mentioned before, and you had mentioned in the previous video, I feel like the time has gone and it has passed already where we need these or where there's a need for these video game movies. Call of Duty was something that was big maybe 4 or 5 years ago, and now it's not really important, as well as Gears of War. We haven't really seen anything brought out by them recently, or I'm not too sure if they're going to release anything in the future. So I don't think it's really necessary, and I just kind of shrug it off,
Chriselle?
Well, this is like that. To me, gets interesting is when they start talking and say that it's gonna be a original story.
Yeah.
That is nothing to do with the video game.
Well, it's gonna be set inside that universe, but yeah, they're gonna have their own original story.
Yeah, and to me, it's like, oh, okay, I can see something like that. And when they said that they hired this Avatar writer, I was just like, okay, so I don't quite get the idea that they're trying to do. It's just like a little confusing to me. Like, they're not going to be on any story for the video games, but they're gonna create their own one, and that's pretty cool and that's very creative, like when you can come with something new. So it's very interesting to me, but I just have a confusion in there. It's just, that's all.
I'm a big fan. Actually, I am not a big fan. I'm a fan of some post-apocalypse movies. Mad Max being one of them, probably the most popular, probably the best one. Was it Book of Eli is another one. I Am
like
Legend.
Mad Max.
I Am Legend, I think, is another one. But so I am a fan of these type of movies, and Gears of War does seem very interesting. Now, I think while Gears of War is a very popular title and a very popular title, some gamers out there might have to correct me, but I don't think it reached the heights of Call of Duty, which is why I seem to believe that Call of Duty lost its
mojo.
It's mojo, I guess you can say, and lost its steam. Same thing with Halo. Halo was big in the early 2000s.
Yes.
Oh my God, Halo
was
big.
a war between those two franchises.
Halo was huge, and they missed the boat on a Halo movie. And now if they were like, hey, we're gonna do a Halo movie, yeah, you're literally like 15 years too late. 10, 15 years too late on the Halo movie. And so Gears of War, why I don't think it's I think its name is a very popular name. I wouldn't say that it's up there with the Call of Duties and the Halos. I still think this is a title that you can get away with doing it, like almost like they did with Assassin's Creed or Warcraft. The video game genre has been funny. I actually liked Warcraft. I thought it was cool. But Assassin's Creed was not that good. And Warcraft was not great. It was not great. It was okay. But I can see why people would not like Warcraft. So it's just the fact that it's another company's gonna take a shot at a video game movie. It's scary because I don't know. I mean, we always say these can work. A video game movie, it's not that it can't work. I think that's the problem. I mean, people were saying that about comics. A comic book movie can't work. No, it did. Yeah. And look at it now.
Haha.
Yeah, it's a big old haha. And I feel the same way with video game movies. I feel like, yes, they've put out crap and stuff, and I feel the same way though. I feel like it's going to work
eventually.
Eventually
There'll be a breakthrough.
Done right.
Because we've had comic book movies in the past. We go back to that aspect that okay, there's no great comic book movie.
Batman and Robin almost killed the genre.
They brought out Batman. They kind of got our hopes high. And
those nipples almost killed the genre by itself.
Yeah, we got the bat nipples and the bat credit card, and we put our credit cards away. And we're like, no, we're not going to the movies anymore.
Yeah, almost killed Batman too.
But we got the Dark Knight. We got Batman Begins. We got all these movies that started restoring
X-Men.
our faith. So I mean, I agree with you, Mike. I agree that or maybe I'm putting this out there that, okay, maybe we should keep trying for these video game movies. Yes, there's no sense in kind of bringing in the Gears of War specifically, but I think in the future, if we keep bringing out video game movies, at least one of us will kind of open our eyes and make a breakthrough in the movie industry, and maybe we can start getting like our own video game universe.
Now somebody's gonna hate me in the comments, and that's okay. I liked Super Mario Brothers when I was a kid.
1980. Yep.
Oh, you did too?
Yep.
Okay. At least I'm not the only one. I mean, that movie's garbage, and I was like, watch it as an adult. but I had that on VHS. But no,
I think it can work if they done it right, and also they have to come with a good story, like
absolutely,
really
that's
good
any movie.
story. So it's I don't know.
I think as long as they're not intimidated with going into a video game genre, and they just ignore the fact that you're a video game genre. You're just you're a post-apocalyptic movie. It's and the Gears of War. I've played one of the games, and it's a very interesting game. It's very interesting, the world that the universe they created. So I don't know. I think it could be. I think this movie, better than the Call of Duty movie, I think this movie can look very good visually in the theaters. I really think this movie, like the Halo movie, I think the Halo movie would look badass in the theater. But they never got around to doing anything like that. But same thing with that. I think this Gears of War movie, just the fact that the universe they created in the in the video game, I think it's gonna look spectacular in the movie. So I like the idea, but man, I don't know. Are we good here?
See. Yeah.
All right. So that is it for us today, guys. Thank you for joining us on the Rundown News. Make sure you subscribe to our channel down there. Watch some of our videos over there. I know I went backwards today. Follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, and we'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.